Mushoku Tensei Sundays are back, baby. Woo! Not only is it back, this is an episode that a lot of readers had their eyes on, especially with the latest manga chapter that came out this month. This month, along with light novel readers as well, and myself, been anticipating. We've been trying to see how will they execute this. What will they cut out? What will they add on? What will they perfectly adapt for us to be satisfied with this episode? I, for one, was satisfied with the episode, especially the second part. The second part of the episode was really good, especially for the manga readers, because believe it or not, as I've been reviewing the manga alongside of the anime, they cut that part out in the manga. And I'm guessing because they're trying to keep up with the anime, so that way things won't get too haywire. It would take a while. It'll take probably 2 or 3 chapters if they were to adapt it with manga formation, but they didn't do that. They skipped it just like they did Volume 7 with the light novels. But they did make its own spin-off for the manga of Volume 7. However, it never did, I don't think they're going to make a spin-off of their journey through the desert. Let's talk about the first part of this episode. Rias is telling Leonis that, he's going after all. Because what Norm said, he believed that things will work out better if he shows up. Now the question is that necessarily true? Would things be better if Rias was there helping out Paul and them instead of just being home and allowing things for Elena Lays just to do things herself? We'll see about that question later down the road, like, I don't know, season 3. Yes, I'm sorry, I can't say anything just now. I'll probably make a video about it on its own, saying spoilers in the title. But anyways, let's talk about what else. I'm trying to think about the stuff that they did adapt that they didn't as well. He did tell his wife, Sophie, and his sisters that they're going, and they seem okay with it. He was saying that they'll be upset about it, heartbroken, but no, they're actually okay. In fact, they feel more at ease him going because after receiving that letter, all the girls in the house felt kind of nervous. They were like, okay, maybe because they know how reliable Rudius is, and usually when he's there, things work out smoothly and faster. So they're worrying so much, like, we don't want him to go, but yet at the same time, it feels like he should go. So it's one of those mixed dilemmas. But however, in the end, he decided to go and they're happy with it. Now, the only thing they weren't happy with was him trying to name a child before he leaves, because apparently in that world, naming the child before you leave off to a journey usually means a death flag for yourself. So, just name the child when you get back from your journey. That's the best thing you can do. Okay, good to know. Now, with Alina Lace, she was planning to break things off with Cliff, because, the magical tool is good, but it's not perfect. It only takes off the edge of the curse, but not everything. She still needs to do some manhunting as she's on this journey, and she thought she'd be on this journey for a long time. Even for a short while, still needs to, do the manhunting. So she was planning to break things off with Cliff. However, they skipped a part. They remixed it, which some people were dissatisfied with it. But I felt this was more wholesome, but the original part felt more, for what it is. And what had happened is that Cliff is in his research lab, and Elena is trying to tell him that what she needs to do, that she needs to break things off with him, because she'll be gone for a long time, and she needs to sleep with other men to survive. He, however, understood the situation, but that's why he wanted to give her something to look forward to when she comes back, for him to marry her hand in marriage. And she was shocked at it, but after these days, he knows what it is, and he's like that John Morrison from Red Dead Redemption. People marry these kind of people. These people can find love in the end. It's possible. There's always someone out there for somebody. So when he found this out, he's like, okay, when you come back, marry me. We'll even do a Millis celebration of marriage. I'm not sure if you're accustomed to Millis traditions, but I would really like to have a Millis marriage. And After hearing that, she was so happy for someone to be truly loyal to her and love her for who she is instead of her curse. She actually got a little hot and bothered, and she dried Cliff out. Let's say it like that. The manga even adapted that part, but the anime didn't. So there was that situation. Now the thing with Rudy is that he also was talking to Nanahoshi. Now here's the important part that will change the course of the story itself. Is when he told Nanahoshi that it would take a long time for him to come back. She told him a secret about the magical circles that Oyster has that helps them travel around the world so quickly. She was told to keep hush about it, but in order for the sake of her research, she told Rudius so he can hurry up on back and help her out. And so, plus, Rudius helped her in her true time of need, so she's returning the favor, I say. So, yeah, there's natural circles around the world that they use, and luckily for them, one goes from their area to the area they need to go to, the Rapon area, where the continent of Bagrets is at. So, yeah, it only takes a short while now. It'll only take a month to get there and a month to get back. Wow, that will barely have him time to make it back for Sophie's birth. It was good. So they're all ready to pack up. And a scene I wanted to see that was perfectly executed, but it was okay, but it wasn't perfectly executed. It's on their way leaving. It is a scene that they did in the manga and the light novels where it showed a full display of Rudius hugging Selphie, and Selphie a bit worried in a way. They did in the light novel, and it's one of the very cue high points of that a lot of people like to draw and color over. Rudy is holding Selphie, ensuring her that he'll be okay. They even did this in the manga. It was really nice. However, in the anime, they only did a close up to it, so therefore I was kind of upset about that. Yes, that one scene it's a very nice scene to me, and I really like it. So they didn't really do it well to me, in my opinion. It was too much of a close up, and it was through a perspective of Rudy's face only, where you're able to see both sides of their faces like this. I was really looking forward to that, but unfortunately they didn't execute that correctly, in my opinion. I was a little sour taste in my mouth, like, eh. So they're on their way. Rudy's been adventuring before, but he hasn't been on a true adventure when it comes to traveling with an experienced adventure. Ruger is not an experienced adventurer; he's a warrior. There's the big difference, you know. He knows the way around places, but not very good when it comes to, people, things, and stuff like that. And Lena Lays, however, is different. She's good with socializing and knowing her way around places as well. Being smart with her brain. So that's what she does, She's even being double careful going back and forth with the magical circles to make sure they can go back the way they came from and stuff. So yeah, she's that kind of experienced, seasoned adventurer you would want on your side. They finally make it to the desert. And here you see the desert, you know how hot it is. You gotta drink. It has to really suck living in places like that, the lack of vegetation and all the sand. Scorching hot in the mornings, and then it's freezing cold at night. Like, you just can't win with the desert, can you? And then there's that scene with the succubus, where Rudius can't control himself because of the succubus luring man in. Succubus are just like the mermaids, in the sea. So you got something in the desert, you got something in the sea, and you even got something in the forests as well. So no matter where you go as a dude, you can't stop yourself. Luckily, Elena Lays is there, and she can't stand the smell of a succubus. So she slaughtered that thing down immediately. Good on her. Now, I could have sworn that she knocked out Rudius in order to stop the hormones that's inside of him from acting the way he was acting. But instead, she just knocked him on the head and told him to detoxify himself. I'm not sure that's how it really happened, but yeah, that's probably they decided to change that. I don't know why. Yeah, I could have sworn she knocked him out. Then they did other things. They're finding a scorpion with two tails. So imagine seeing that thing, man. People will freak out by a giant spider, but imagine seeing a giant scorpion with two tails, man. I quit life. I quit life. Like, no. And then they have this, I think, this giant white turtle just falling, just mind his own business, just walking away. And they are going. It's all like that. It wasn't just them fighting off creatures. It was also this creature's just mind their own business, just walking, ain't hurting nobody, just doing his thing. I like that, that little detail. And then even them finding the two griffins and stuff, and then the ambiance, man, the freaking ambiance. Even when they were in the forest, going into the desert, the ambiance was really nice. You hear the animal sounds, the setting and tone of the music was very well made. I enjoyed it. It felt like playing a video game with good ambiance music when you're listening to it. We're inside the jungle and then the tone of the desert and stuff. It was really nice. Oh yeah, before I stop, there was a scene where Lena Lace had to go manhunting and stuff, and we were thinking, maybe we need to make this quick, so for better for the both of us. But I guess the scene they didn't really show was, I guess, describing Lena Lace's emotional face when she said she was going off manhunting, and when she would come back a little ashamed of herself. She would try to play it off, but deep down she felt ashamed because, she's in love with Cliff. So she hated that she had to do that. But she has to do what she has to do in order to survive. So they didn't really do it well the way I wanted to, but they did just enough to get the point across, I guess. You can't expect them to do everything. And they finally made it to where they needed to be, Rapine. And Rapine looks just wow. I'm telling you, man, imagine this giant skeleton ribcage covering the entire city, and at the end it's the head. And people just like, we're gonna live here. We're gonna live inside this giant corpse, man. Just imagine how the world must look like all those years ago when all the species made it to the other side on the human world, and how chaotic everything is. If you ever read one of the prequels to Mushoku Tensei, the books, it'll explain how the other worlds and their environments were like before they all decided to go on to one planet to live. Things were chaotic as crazy, man, because not everyone was used to each other. The environments were chaotic. It was just wow, man. If only I could just see those times. I visualized it as I was listening to it. Well, yeah, I was listening to it by Natalie Hunter, but to see it animated would be wonderful. It would be wonderful. I don't think we'll ever get animated, but it would be nice. So, anyways, they made it to your destination, and then next episode will be finally the reunion between Rudius and Paul. Yeah, because they haven't been seeing each other in a long time when you think about it. But anyways, that is it. I am glad we got our Mushoku Tensei Sundays back, baby. Oh man, that felt good. That felt real good. So anyways, that's all I got for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox on Anime. Signing out.